Let me tell you a story.
Welcome to My Skeptical Sister.
I'm Megan, the throat gurgling one.
Aaron, the believer. Oh, gosh. Every
I
time.
don't know. Is it like, do you think that when we have to be quiet for those 6 seconds, do you think that my throat's like...
Why aren't you talking?
It can't take the pressure. It's like, oh my God, we got to be quiet. We got to be quiet right now. Now's the time we have to be quiet. And then inevitably, and did you hear that last one? It was like the tiniest little...
It's like, you won't even notice.
Oh, sorry, I've been trying to hold it in. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with my throat? Why does everybody's throat gurgle as much as mine does?
I only ever notice your gurgles when I've got headphones on. Does that help?
That helps me a lot. But I never notice my gurgles until it's that 6-second time span where I have to be...
never not talking, Megan. You normally just talk right over it. Oh,
Yeah, but
sorry.
again, not wrong.
Yep,
it's your week. It's your week, okay? My week, I was on one last week. So, okay, just point that rage and anger towards me. I'll take it today.
No rage at all. I feel like I haven't seen you in a long time.
Which is weird because we just sat and watched a 2-hour movie together.
I know, but we were watching a movie. Yeah,
and spend all day Sunday together, and it's only Tuesday right now.
There's like so many people there when we're doing that.
I know, right?
It's loud.
Remember the good old days during the pandemic when it was just you and I, ride or die? I really feel like we built some solidarity there. It was like, look, we are in this together. And then the whole rest of the world opened back up, and it's like, girl, where'd you go?
I know. Yeah, I feel like I've been thinking about the pandemic, like, lockdown a lot lately.
Yeah. Well, it was one of those weird things that we all just like pushed through.
Right. And we like didn't process it
at all.
Right. And now I feel like I'm like, that was really weird that we did that.
It was really weird.
For like a really long time.
Yeah. And it was like we had so much time to think about it. But because we didn't want to think about it, we didn't let ourselves think about it.
Yeah, no, we just drank so much.
Oh, yeah.
Every day it was like,
drink.
Oh, Andy, our wonderful governor, is going to be on TV at 3. We better get our cocktails ready.
Shots for Andy.
It's shocking that all of our children like are pretty well adjusted.
I mean,
for not just the drinking factor, but just in general.
There's a few that I'm a little worried about, but not majorly worried about. So they're going to be fine. Therapy will cure it all.
Yeah, man. Therapy would be great. Oh my gosh.
We should do it.
Every time I'm like scrolling TikTok late at night, you know what keeps coming up? What? Sounds like a real slap in my face.
Mm-hmm.
A grief counselor live. Oh. She's live.
Oh.
And she's just sitting there talking to people and I'm like, this bitch is trolling me. Like, leave me alone. My sweet little Cherry Nelson was like, girl, have you confronted your grief at all? I was like, no, I have not. And I don't want to. She's like, I really think you need to. And I said, I really think you need to shut your dirty mouth.
Yeah, like
shut up.
You've got such a sweet name for such a bitch.
I know. And then ever since then, this grief counselor, I'm like, did you send her? Did you prescribe her? It's rude.
It's that damn AI.
I know.
Yeah, that reminds me of, I think we talked about your skin tag.
Okay, just jump right in.
We did in an episode, right? Because I remember you.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, I think we did. So I'm just going to dive into it because I feel like AI has taken it to a next level with me because remember I sent you that. Anyway.
Oh, it was gross.
Long story short, you got your own skin tag under control with home remedy.
Yeah, but if we did talk about this and we talked about what that home remedy was, remind me because I can't remember.
I think it was apple cider vinegar.
I don't think it was because I've used apple cider vinegar in the past for other things, and I thought, I've never tried that. And I think that's what did it. What was it?
Well, yeah, because guess what, girl? I'm going to need to know. Because I sent you that link. It was like this little weird tool.
Yeah, it was gross.
You put over a skin tag. I also like how I said, I bet a lot of my colleagues will listen to this tonight. So we got to make it funny and like really non-embarrassing. And here I am like, guess what I got?
Skin tags and throat gurgles.
Yeah. Super cool, guys. Super cool. But yeah, anyway, so I sent you that little video because I'm like, look at this. It's like this little tool that you just put it right over the skin tag. Yeah. You're right. It was a disgusting little video.
Yeah, and it looked painful.
I also feel like Whitney would love that video because she loves to see pimples pop.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all.
She loves to be dirty, that dirty, dirty girl. But anyway, so she would love that video. You were like, that's disgusting. I'm like, it is disgusting. But also, like a month ago, I would have bought that for you. But now,
I don't think I would have used it.
Whatever, you would have. You were desperate. But I would have bought that for you.
Okay.
But I didn't because I was like, okay, well, good luck. I don't know what you do about a skin tag. I mean, don't pull it off. That seems disgusting. And then that came out. And then I thought, well, I'm going to send it to you. The next day, Aaron, I got a little one right here.
Oh, no.
That's like my body. That's my body being AI. It was like my physical body's like, I hear you talking about a skin tag.
That's like, what is, oh, shoot. I can't believe I can't think of this word.
My body's turning against me.
It's what is the big word where it's like we live in a
conspiracy theory?
No, a society that's all about money. Consumerism.
Oh, yeah.
You're like the tools are now like, hey, body, why don't you grow a little extra skin right there?
Right. That's like
so rude.
Its own weird conspiracy theory that we're like all AI.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
I've got a little tiny one. If this makes you feel any better, it's not that tiny actually, but it's not like you can't notice it unless you know what to look for, and nobody looks right here.
What if I buy a tool and we share it?
No. That sounds even worse. That sounds even worse. That's so gross. It's right between my boobs, so it looks like I've got two huge boobs and one tiny boob.
I kind of want to see it.
I'll show you later.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, gosh.
Too cute. It's like that Friends episode when he finds his third nipple. It's a nub.
It's a nubbin.
Oh, a nubbin. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. That's hilarious.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, no, it doesn't look nipple-like, but it does look like a little teeny tiny baby boob.
Oh, I bet it's adorable. You should name it.
I will not. I've already named my chin hair Toby. I won't name any other thing I don't like on my body.
Killing it with the cool points. That's all right. I'm going to say. These colleagues are going to be listening all the time now.
Megan's going to read a story from somebody from work. That's why.
Yeah, I am. And so I know, or at least I would imagine that she might be like, oh, listen to this podcast. 'Cause maybe not. Especially, I tell you what, I'm going to let her know tomorrow. Like, you might want to preview it first before you go telling everybody else to listen to it. Like, don't go bragging that you're on a super cool podcast.
Yeah, don't anybody do that.
Like now, please. Yeah, we like to be fully transparent.
Right.
We like for you to know what you sign up for, and also, I can't imagine what they're picturing us to look like. Full of skin tags and chin hair.
I know. Go look at our Instagram. We post only the cute pictures.
We know how to use a filter, bitches.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. We can post some good pictures. I've never posted a picture of a skin tag ever.
Yeah, nor have I ever posted a picture that's bad. Because why would you?
Oh, no, absolutely not. I mean, we do post like funny kid pictures, but those can be bad.
Sure. Those you're allowed to. I mean, everybody has those days before filters.
Yeah. Speaking of which, the picture I put for our last episode, I like vaguely remember we had a New Year's Eve party and that man like passed out on the couch.
Yeah, he did. Mom and Dad had a huge New Year's Eve party and there were like, I mean, we were what? I was probably maybe 14, 15 there.
Yeah.
And there were drunk adults everywhere, just passing out left and right. They were just our age now.
Yep.
And couldn't handle their liquor. And we thought it was hilarious. And so I remember at one point, like right after that picture was taken, we ended up drawing on that man's face with a Sharpie.
Yeah. Yep.
Not very kind.
I feel like maybe you did before and that's why you were pointing.
I think so, but you can't see it in the picture.
You took a bad picture of it.
That tracks. That tracks.
No evidence in it. Really, it's kind of a good picture. You can be like, wasn't me.
Whoa, I don't know who did that.
I was just pointing at that skin tag I thought I saw.
Prove that it was me. This photo will not, sir.
I tried to like block his face out because I don't know who this man is.
Yeah, but also I don't care.
Yeah,
he's probably
Megan
dead
was like,
now. So morbid,
quite possible,
but very possible.
Yeah, Megan was like, just take that thing off. It looks
just
like
take the stupid emoji off and leave his face. I mean, you can half see his face anyway. And who cares? And like I said, he's probably dead. And if he's not, then you're welcome, sir. I'm bringing you back to be famous.
That's right, famous.
Famous from all of our skin tags and chin hair. We bring in the masses.
Oh my gosh, we're so relatable though.
That's our shtick. There it is. There it is.
Yeah. Oh goodness. You want to add something, a gross part of my body to this conversation?
Well, I feel like we're already there.
Can you see that from there?
Okay. Can I describe what I see?
Yeah.
Maybe a big giant wart on your
It does kind of look like that.
I love this episode.
It is
a blister.
It is the biggest blister I think I've ever had.
Ouch, Aaron.
I burnt the shit.
Yeah, that's a huge blister.
Yeah, you know what's worse about it is I did it with a hot glue gun. Ooh. So it was covered in hot glue.
Ooh. Ooh, so you had to peel the hot glue.
When I was trying to get it off, I touch it with my other fingers, but this is the worst part. But I'm a little burnt here, and I definitely said the F word in front of a bunch of students. But nobody panic. I said it, I went fuck like that, and it was quieter, and they were pretty loud at the moment. Nobody looked up. Not a soul looked up.
I'm not worried about
There's one kid who maybe heard it because he's very quiet, and he sits close to my desk. He didn't look at me, though, so I don't know.
He's like, let her have her moment. Let her have her moment.
It hurt so bad. I almost cried.
Oh,
it hurt
Aaron.
so bad. And then I the rest of the day, I've been trying to slowly peel off the hot glue.
Oh, shit. Like it stuck for the rest of the day?
Because I immediately was like, put cold water on it. And then it hardened to it.
Oh, I think that was a
but
rookie mistake.
It just hurt so bad. It hurt so bad. I couldn't think of anything else. I just wanted it to be colder.
Damn, girl.
It was really rough, and now it looks so gross.
Yeah, it does. I'm not gonna lie to you.
And it just
maybe just put a little, hang a little sign on your hand that says, not a wart, just a blister. In case you see this, and my chin hair, and my skin tags, this, my friend, is a blister.
I really sound like a witch these days.
Me too. I'm right here with you. Look, Aaron, tonight I've got this weird, eye funk happening. Really, we're falling apart. I feel like 40 happened and our body's like, I hate you. I rebel. It's probably because I keep trying to act like I'm in my 20s and my 40 self body is like, girl, listen.
Yeah.
Did you not get the memo? We're supposed to be drinking a whole lot of water right now. We're not supposed to go out drinking. We need to be doing, because I tried to go out Friday night and we had friends in from out of town. Everything was lovely. We had a great time. We came back specifically early from the bar so that we could start a fire pit in the backyard. And I'm like, yeah, we'll do I'm a big talker on the way home. We'll get a fire pit going. I'll put some snacks out. I'm talking a big game. We're going to make this a fun night. I came in there, I peed, and I was like, oh, I'm going to just take a little rest. I'm just going to lay down in this bed for just about
ever worked.
Just about 5 minutes, just to give myself a second
you
wind.
So country when you were doing it too.
That's how I felt. And let me tell you what, I fell asleep fully clothed on top of the covers and did not wake up until 10 o'clock the next morning. So that did not work out.
They're out there starving.
I know. Where did the snack? We don't care that you didn't come back, but did you not put snacks out before you passed out? Nope, I did not, because I cannot drink like I used to.
Yeah, I know. I've had to start buying eye cream.
Well, clearly I do too. What the hell is this thing growing on the side of my
It's so expensive getting old. I bought this little tiny jar that I think was $30 and it was gone in a heartbeat.
It's tiny.
I know. And then I was like, oh, you know what? Costco had two of those sizes for $36. That's a deal.
Okay.
I went yesterday, $46.
No, bullshit.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing
Costco,
that.
We were on your side.
I know. So I bought some little tinier cream, but it had 3 of them, but they're tiny. And that was 20.
Who is the mad scientist out there that's the tinier the bottle,
right? The more
they'll think that it is super elusive.
I know. We'll
that comes out of a big vat, and they just put it in the tiniest little bottle.
No, it's like a chapstick size. It's so tiny.
Douchebags. That's 3 what they are. Whoever that is doing that.
It's 3 of them, but I've been putting it on at night.
I'm probably gonna go steal a big dollop of it.
Don't steal a big dollop. You can steal a little dollop.
This shit's got to do something. I'm going to do something to the side tonight.
I think it's supposed to be for wrinkles. I don't think it's for that.
I don't care.
Skin rash. I don't know what's happening.
Something. It just is the crease of my eye is all of a sudden on fire.
It kind of looks like you've got a really sad tattoo. When murderers.
I tried to kill somebody.
I tried to kill somebody, but I failed, so I just got a rash. I tried to kill somebody, and all I got was a stupid rash.
Put that on a tattoo or a t-shirt. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, other than old skin, gurgling throats, we're really, I feel hitting our stride.
We're also exhausted. Megan yelled at me for yawning before we started this. We just did our movie night. It was so much fun. It was called Gurgle Throat. It was called Throat Gurgle.
You think they can hear it?
Yeah. They can't because Rue gets it gone, but
Rue, you can keep that gurgle in because that's comedy gold.
Now, I will say, I don't know, because she has those 6 seconds for a reason. She gets rid of like all the ambiance sound, so maybe it gets rid of it. But
Rue, don't hurt yourself, hon. Don't go all the way back just to put my gurgle in right there. It'll be fine. They can imagine it.
That's right.
Maybe just like if you can just pluck out one of those gurgles, just put it at the very end. I'm not trying to direct you, Rue, but this would be hilarious if you could just pluck one of them out, put it at the very end as a blooper.
There you go.
Oh, man.
Anyways, the movie was actually called No One Gets Out Alive.
No One Gets Out Alive.
It was on Netflix.
Okay. It was one of the best ones we've watched.
I know, and I feel like we can't tell you anything because the craziest part is what we want to talk about.
Okay. So if you don't want to hear this, skip the next 5 minutes. But if you're like,
5 minutes, okay.
We always say like 2 minutes and then we go like 10 minutes. So I'm going to say 5 minutes.
Okay.
So, and probably we'll be talking for 10 minutes. But okay, so it just seemed like a normal, scary movie.
Yeah. And very scary. Lots of suspense.
For about 95% of the movie.
Yeah.
It was more just about ghosty things. Like it kind of seemed like these weird googly-eyed ghosts kind of were coming out of like.
And by googly-eyed, she means like their eyes were really reflective.
They were very reflective, but they were very creepy. And then, you didn't really know what the intent of them was. It was like, are they there to hurt the person?
Yeah.
Or help the person?
But they were scary.
Either way, they were terrifying. They would kind of like sneak up on the main character a lot.
Yeah.
And then about 95% of the way through, it really took a left turn that I feel like Alexis would appreciate.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Alexis would appreciate it. Stephanie, if you have not seen this movie.
Yeah, stop listening right now.
Stop listening right now. You and Alexis, if you've not seen it, stop listening.
Get together.
You two get to. Oh,
that'd be so fun.
So fun. They would be like.
They'd be so smart. I actually don't want to hang out with them together. I would feel very inferior and I probably wouldn't get to talk much.
I would
not because they talk a lot, but they'd just be so smart that they'd be going off each other.
True. But I would sit back and just take it all in.
No, I would get bored. I can't do that.
You would get bored like listening to really smart people talk?
Yeah.
What if they're talking about things that you enjoy though?
Maybe.
Like my husband bores me to tears when he's talking about like engineering stuff. I'm like, that's really smart stuff. I have no context to that. That does not apply to my world at all.
Yeah.
Sometimes I kind of make it a game though. Like I'm like, okay, he's going to talk about something here. I'm going to have no idea. But by the end of the conversation, let's see if I can come up with something that makes it sound like I totally get it.
That just sounds like you're actively listening, Megan.
Oh, I kind of make it a game in my because I'm like,
and then you're being a good listener.
No, well, it's manipulative. Trust me, you're giving me way too much credit because I'm like, I'm gonna wow him here in a minute. And every time I do this, I don't do this often, but every time I'm like, okay, buckle up, here we go, we were in it. And then all of a sudden I'll like say something, and it's very generic what I'm saying. It's not at all the words that he just repeated, but it's like the gist of what he just said. And every time he's impressed, I'm like, haha, nailed it.
Yeah, no, I'm the baby and I need more attention on me. So that just listen to two smart people, I would be like,
hello,
I am unneeded here.
I'm sorry. Have you all not noticed my chin hair today?
Yeah, the moment I'm unneeded, I'm like, I could be on my phone. Like I could listen, but I could probably play like dots or something. I'm not a good person to be around.
Do you all mind if I multitask?
Right.
And by multitask, I mean play dots.
Yeah, I'll listen. I mean, come on. No, I'm kidding. I would hang out with Alexis and Stephanie. I prefer them individually.
Well, listen, I think that is true. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to say that is true.
I'm saying it's true. They're both so smart, Megan.
Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll get Stephanie and Alexis together with you and I so that once they start, we'll be like, girl, we'll be stroking our chin hairs over there. Like, did you try that tool, girl? And you're like, it was gross.
I'll never use it. It looks really painful, Megan. If you don't think that looked painful, you're lying to yourself.
I don't think it looks it's not like it pulls it off. It like zaps it.
No. Did you watch the video?
No, maybe I did.
It is a tiny rubber band.
Shut up.
That goes around it.
Ew.
And cuts off the circulation until it falls off.
Oh, that's horrible.
I know.
So sorry I sent that to you.
It was horrible. I watched the whole thing.
Okay, well then here's what I'm going to need you to do. Go back in time and figure out what your remedy was. Girl, this is pressing. This is a pressing need. I really feel like it was apple cider vinegar.
I really don't think it was. I bet it would work. Apple cider vinegar gets rid of everything.
That's
I don't
the only
think that's what it was. But apple cider vinegar, I used to get warts all over my hands when I was in high school. It was really embarrassing. Like, I'm like, I already have to be the chubby kid, and now I'm the warty chubby kid? That's so embarrassing.
Oh, shit.
And they were like being super cool because they were laser resistant warts.
Damn it.
So I would go to get them zapped off, and it would just make them bubble up.
Maybe that was like your superpower, Aaron.
And it was not. They were like quadruple the size. So I had to stop doing that.
Oh my God.
One time Mom was like, I mean, I guess like I can't have you going to school. This is embarrassing for both of us. And so
for both of us,
they dug it out like surgery wise. It was disgusting.
Did that work?
I got rid of, but you probably can't see now.
Oh,
but
I remember, girl. I remember
got a
looking
scar.
Now listen, for the record, I'd just like to say I'm the sister who never got a wart. Now look, tomorrow I'm going to grab one. I'm going to
grab one.
I'm going to grab one.
Don't go grabbing warts.
That's how you get them. I feel like
not our medical advice. Don't go grab warts.
Don't go. Oh shit! It's happening.
Okay.
This is why we should not do movie nights before we record.
Right? Okay, no, but listen, I was pregnant with Sophie.
Okay.
And I couldn't, like, they were like, well, we can't give you whatever we would do to, like, dig it out. It started growing underneath my fingernail.
Oh, my gosh.
How painful.
It
was making my fingernail lift up.
Oh, gosh. Aaron,
it was horrible.
Why are we talking about this on a podcast?
I know, but listen, people are interested now. Listen. So... And they were like, well, we can't do what you need for us to do to get it out because the whatever the laser thing, it's not working on you. It makes it worse. And you're pregnant, so we can't do it was like some kind of x-ray, something weird.
Whatever. I feel like that like goes in the category of you can't eat bologna. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
I know. I didn't even know about that rule. I never eat bologna. Gross. But
that's true.
I do eat a lot of deli meat.
A lunch meat, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. I never knew about that until Penelope and the other two are fine. So anyways.
I've always wondered what was wrong with your kids. Now I know.
But I read online to put apple cider vinegar. I put it on there. It went away. It hurt. It hurt really bad while it was going away. But it went away, and then I never got another wart. I've never had another one.
Until skin tags started happening.
Yeah, those are different breed.
Well, damn it, Aaron. Figure out what it is.
I know. I'm going to figure it out. But if you know, because you listened to that episode where we talked about this already once.
Please
fill us in, because I won't figure it out.
If you have a skin tag pop up from time to time,
yeah,
welcome. Come on in.
Yeah, what's your home remedy? And don't tell me you cut it off with fingernail clippers because that's so gross.
Who would do that, Aaron?
Debbie Graff.
Oh, Debbie. I love you threw her whole name out there. You just let the world know. Oh, Debbie.
I tried once. I sat there like
that is
ready to clip, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to it.
I will. That is horrible. My goodness, this podcast is taking a turn.
Now that we've talked about all the scary stuff, you want to talk about some ghosts?
Jeez, isn't that the truth? This has been a terrifying opener. Yeah, let's do it.
That's what they used to call me back in the club.
A terrifying opener.
Do you get it? I'm just kidding. I was a virgin until I got married, guys. It's fine.
Oh my gosh. Oh man.
Did you get it though? Terrifying opener. Like my vagina was terrifying.
Girl, I get it.
Oh, we didn't finish.
I know. Listen. Right before
if you left, go back. We didn't talk about it at all.
Told you. You were like, 5 minutes, 2 minutes. We haven't even spoiled the movie yet.
But all the stuff in the middle is fine to listen to.
We've gone on about 10 different tangents, so you're good. Go back to where you just were.
No.
And now,
yes,
skip this part.
Skip this part. We're gonna stay on.
You ready?
I'm
gonna say it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There was a moth-like creature.
Yeah,
that comes out of a box. Who has a vagina
with teeth
that eats people's heads off.
Yep, you heard that right, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between. That
took
happened.
A left turn.
She squatted over their little heads.
Yeah.
Like, there's no other interpretation.
And this was not a sci-fi movie up until this point. This was like a classic ghost, paranormal,
and
footprints,
bad guys. Yeah.
Bad guys, that whole thing, action kind of in there. Never once. And I love to predict movies. Like I can remember before Sixth Sense and everybody was like talking about it.
Yeah.
I would sit in that theater. I'm like, I can figure this out. Now, I was 12, 13 when that came out?
Yeah, I think you were a little bit older. I feel like I was 12.
Well, I'd like to think I was 12 or 13 because I could not figure it out.
Because it was impossible. That movie was amazing.
Pop. Emily's dad, Pop, he figured it out before. I'm like, of course you did. You're the smartest man I know. But anyway, I would try. I love to predict movies. You heard me. I kept predicting everything.
I know. There were suspenseful parts. I'm like, shut up. Just watch it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it helps bring my anxiety down because I'm like, as long as I can guess what's going to happen, I'm fine. Never in a million years in that movie. Now, there are some movies that I would go, I bet
somebody's going to be eaten by a vagina.
A big old moth is about to come out and eat a head with their vagina. Mm-hmm. But this movie, I did not see it coming. And I got to say, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great movie. I will recommend it to anybody.
Yeah, it was good.
Alexis and Stephanie.
Yes.
Not
Separately.
Together, though. Apparently, y'all are too smart to be together.
Oh, my gosh. You'd probably rule the world. You'd probably do a lot of good together. Just don't let...
Yeah.
I just don't want to hang out with you at the same time.
Yeah, they need to get together.
I know.
Also, Alexis just invited me to her Monday night dinners.
Okay.
And by proxy, I think you're invited.
Trying for a long time to get in one of those game nights. I've subtly dropped that hint. I think about 7 times.
No, I think that Alexis only did that because she roped me into another favor, and then she's like, and by the way, you're now fully invited.
Isn't that convenient?
I'll throw you a bone. I'll say, just come on, you be my date. Let's do it. Oh, goodness. Okay, now
we'll read some
now
stories.
We're back. So we're good. We ruined it. That was great. 10 minutes. That's all we need.
I'm going to read a story from, spoiler alert, our future fan favorite.
Oh, I love it.
Because she wrote in, and Megan put me in charge of that this week because I accidentally forgot and I volunteered myself.
Well, let's hope that Casey can also give you an idea of where to go in Savannah, because that's the whole reason. And it was crickets.
No, it wasn't. Heather Kelly came on. I'm putting your whole name out there, but she's already been a fan favorite. Not only did she tell me all these, here's where you should go to eat. I think this is a little not cliche. What was the word? But a little kitschy. But kids love it. Or you could go here if you want to go this, and you should do that. She gave me the best ghost tour. She gave me everything.
Nice.
And
Heather.
then at the end, she was like, I've already been a fan favorite, though, so just don't worry about me. I'm like,
look at that extra work.
I know.
Well, we'll shout you out again, Heather. Thank you so much.
I know. That was very nice. Okay, so this is from Casey, who is going to be our fan favorite at the end.
Yeah. And Casey is the colleague we've been talking about all night, who now fully will be looking for my skin tag.
All about
I'm glad we didn't mention where it was. Casey. And I know Casey.
I feel like you kind of should, because now she's just going to be looking.
No, I know. That's going to be the fun. It's now going to be a fun little game that Casey has. And Casey is the type. She'll be like, I'm going to look. Is it on the back of her elbow?
Oh, you did kind of say where it was.
Did I? I don't think I did. I showed you.
Okay, here we go from Casey. Hi, here is my ghost story. Hope it's something you can use. Casey.
Love it. Oh,
definitely
absolutely.
Use her name. She put it in there twice.
Okay, perfect.
Back in 2011, my husband and I bought our first home. My excitement of our new home quickly shifted to me wanting to put it back on the market.
Ooh.
Finally settled into our new home and our very own bedroom with a king-size bed.
Nice.
I was expecting to sleep well and wake up refreshed. I don't like a king-size bed.
I know you say that. You've never had one.
I have it in hotels. I can't find my husband.
I don't need him.
He's so far away.
Your husband doesn't even sleep with you.
I know, but when he's there, I like to know he's there.
That's why you don't need a king-size bed. This is like a king-size bed because you're one person that sleeps in this bed because your husband, I almost said dad. That was weird. Gross. I don't know why. Listen, I can't control this mouth.
Oh my gosh. What is this, Oedipus?
He works nights, so you are already in a king-size bed for yourself.
Yeah. I stopped listening because I started thinking I'm wrong on my Greek mythology. Oedipus is the one who flew too close to the sun, right? Or is it Oedipus's mother?
I have no idea.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
No idea. Let's get back to
We're moving
story.
on. I can't wait to hear what you said when I listen back.
Yeah,
I didn't
sure.
listen.
It was not riveting.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay. So she was expecting to sleep well, but not so much. I woke up in the middle of the night and saw a shadow of a man, oh my gosh, standing over me.
In a brand new house.
Yeah, no.
How terrifying is that?
Because that could be anything.
Yeah, it could actually be.
Yeah.
Which is what I'll go with, Casey. Spoiler alert. Anyway, go ahead.
I tried to talk myself into falling back to sleep.
Why? Casey's new to the podcast.
Get up and check that out. Or shove your husband and be like, hey, man.
Like what?
Oh, she couldn't find him. The bed was too big.
Oh, shit. Whatever.
She was like, hello. I can kick with my whole feet and can't find him in a king-size bed.
That's ridiculous.
I got little feet, but still, little legs.
Still ridiculous. You're just doing it wrong.
All right. Okay.
I can always find my husband. Always.
Okay. Well, his limbs are long.
He is a long man.
Okay. I know. No, we're moving past it.
Okay, move past it.
Okay. So anyways, Casey, don't go back to sleep. Wake somebody up and figure this out.
We fuss at people all the time for that because what if it's a real person?
Yeah.
Then your survival mode is not intact.
Yeah, no. You can pretend like you're asleep so that they don't know you're on to them.
Well, okay, let me ask you this. If you are, and I'm sorry, Casey, but I'm going to ask a believer a question here. So do you think in that moment, because surely to God, if you think it's an actual person, your response is not roll over and go back to sleep?
Yeah, no, for sure not.
So do you think that every time people write stories like this and they're like, I just tried to go back to sleep,
they're like,
there's something about it that automatically makes them think this is paranormal?
I guess.
It has to be, because otherwise...
There's no way you would go back to sleep if you actually thought somebody was in your house.
Right. There's no way.
No.
Okay. Interesting.
But I would also not try to go back to sleep if I thought
it was a ghost.
I would literally turn on the lights, check on my kids, and then I would watch TV until morning.
I guess if you think it's a ghost and you know, like in your mind, ghosts, well, I don't know. It depends on your level of belief or your level of what you believe in that ghosts can do. But if you think it's just a shadow figure that's not going to touch you, then that is a form of fight, flight, or freeze. It's like freeze to the 10th degree.
Yeah, I am a freezer.
Yeah, so maybe you're like, I'm just going to get real snuggly, and maybe they'll think I'm asleep, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're asleep.
I just feel like maybe I would accidentally fall asleep in my frozen state, but I don't think I would be actively trying to fall asleep.
Right.
I'd be like,
so many people say that.
Oh
I just convinced myself to go back to sleep.
Yeah, that's so weird to me. I don't understand it. Okay, I tried to talk myself into falling back to sleep and convince myself that this was my imagination or a dream. So I guess if you're doing that, then you'd be like, yeah, it was nothing.
Yeah. No, I do that a lot, especially as the
skeptic. I bet you do.
As a skeptic, I will. I'm like, whatever. I'll dismiss it.
Yeah. Okay. But the same thing happened several more times and honestly had me feeling pretty uneasy and scared for bedtime. I was pregnant at the time, so my husband thought it was my pregnancy hormones causing vivid dreams or anxiety.
Interesting.
He hadn't ever seen the ghost, but I was certain that's what I was seeing. Fast forward a few weeks. Jeremy and I fell asleep on the couch while watching TV. We were both startled awake to the sound of our garage disposal running.
Ooh.
Nope, our garbage disposal running. I was like, your garage disposal?
You know what's really funny is you said that, and I knew immediately it was garbage disposal.
Right.
That's funny.
Oh, garbage disposal running. Dazed and confused, we both... I wonder if that's what they're watching.
Mm-hmm.
No. Dazed and confused, we
both... What does he say?
All right. That was too many all rights.
All right.
There you go.
Is that it?
Yep. Dazed and confused. I just keep getting older and they just keep getting younger. That is so gross.
Ugh,
Matthew McConaughey, do
it
better. Okay, here we go. Dazed and confused, we both stumbled into the kitchen to see what was going on. As soon as we got to the sink, the disposal stopped. So it was going the whole time.
Oh, that's weird. Really weird.
The switch never moved.
Oh, I need to know. Was it on or was it off?
I don't know.
Okay, good thing I know where you work.
It had to have been the ghost. My skeptical husband finally believed me. Well, kind of. At the time, he was in agreement that we definitely had a ghost, but by morning, he convinced himself that the outlet must have had an issue. Oh, girl.
That's right, buddy. That's right, Jeremy. I'm right there with you, dude.
Casey, trust me. I feel your pain. It's super annoying. My dad came over to check the wiring. Nothing was out of place. All seemed to be installed and working properly. At this point, I'm freaking out and ready to sell the house. I wasn't sleeping well. The whole idea of living in a haunted house was just too much for me. Plus, got a baby on the way. That's scary.
Yeah, that is scary.
My grandma reminded me that my cousin was into the haunt industry and would probably be able to give me advice. I reached out to him, and he was looking into gathering a team of ghost hunters to visit our house. In the meantime, my new neighbor informed me that the former owner passed away, and she thought he died in the home. I hate that.
He loved doing the garbage disposal. His favorite pastime.
Yeah. Did somebody die with a garbage disposal in Final Destination?
Because I'm sure.
I just feel like I can't think of a garbage disposal without thinking of a horrible
like a
death.
wrist going in there. Yes. For sure. Like who has those anymore? Do people still have them?
I don't know. We used to have one in Owensboro. We don't have one in this house. She quickly followed this up with letting me know that she had read that he was likely just trying to find his wife, the woman who bought the house from, and suggested...
In the garbage disposal? Good grief.
You brought the garbage disposal back up. He's like up at night looking for his wife. And then again, maybe he was like...
Or maybe he's telling us what he did.
Oh,
to his wife. That took a dark turn.
Well, she's alive. They bought the house from her.
Oh.
Maybe he's like...
He's trying to tell us what she did to him.
Dun,
dun, dun.
That is a twist.
Thank you.
Not a vagina twist like in that movie, but it's
not
a twist.
Mothy. Oh.
We ruined it. Sorry. We warned you.
Shoot.
That we go over.
We didn't complete the
sentences. We thought we were
there.
safe. You're in the story. Okay. In the meantime, my new neighbor informed me that the former owner passed away and she thought he had died in the home. She quickly followed this up with letting me know that she had read that he was likely just trying to find his wife, the woman we had bought the home from, and suggested that we leave a note out telling him where she moved. I figured this would be an easy thing to try, so I gave it a go, despite my hubby poking fun at me. I found out her new address and left a note in the kitchen and in our bedroom. It worked. I never saw the ghost again. Had I not experienced this myself, I would totally think it was my imagination. But I'm telling you, it was for sure a ghost. I feel like, what if she was trying to escape that man? You're just like, here's the address.
Oh, shit. Again, another twist.
She's like, why do you think I sold this house?
Why do you think I murdered him in the first place? And now you tell him where I'm at. I used the garbage disposal. I thought I got rid of them all. Oh, man. Plot twist there. Interesting.
Go for it.
Gosh,
you're a friend.
This is hard. You're my friend and my colleague. But I feel like Casey's tough enough. She can take some constructive criticism.
And if she can't, she'll like me more and her husband will like you. It's fine.
No, it's actually not criticism at all, Casey. It is my belief, and I don't expect anybody to believe what I believe. It's perfectly fine if you want to believe that it was a ghost. It does not. We can have differences in opinions. I just really feel like I have to lay it on thick. No, I really honestly what I'll say is that I think it was anxiety, possibly what your husband said, hormones from pregnancy, but I'm a woman and I hate when we blame things like that on hormones.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm allowed to have my rage. Is it timely once a month? Sure. But I'm allowed to have it.
Right.
And
I can be mad justified for other reasons.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm justified in this. It just really all that means is that I have the oomph to say it.
Yeah, that's true. It's always there.
It's always there. But turns out this week I feel like voicing my opinion. So, no, maybe it has something to do with the pregnancy, more vivid dreams. I can get on board with that. I'm thinking it might be anxiety of a new place, even though you feel like it's somewhere that's going to be great. But that's still like they say moving is what? The second most stressful thing other than a divorce.
Who's saying that?
I don't know who they are, but whoever these people are that they keep saying they.
An overshot.
I really do. I feel like people talk about how stressful moving is.
Moving can be stressful, but several times. I could say that once.
Several times.
She saw the shadowy figure several times.
Well, yeah, I think that moving is a process. It's not like you just do it in one day.
Okay.
Everything's changing. You're disoriented. It's a brand new house. You're living in a whole new space.
What about the garbage disposal turning on all by itself?
I think it was a coincidence.
We checked the wires. Wires are good.
Yeah, just because a wire is good doesn't mean that something didn't malfunction.
Oh my gosh. You're always like, I bet it was bad wiring. And now here we are. Confirmed good wiring.
Yeah, it could actually just be like a power surge.
Whatever. Nothing else. Nothing else reacted?
Or okay. A power surge to that one wire.
No.
My goodness. It could have been something to do with electricity, too much power happening in that one particular place. That can happen.
You say that. You don't
Talk
know
to
that.
an electrician.
You don't know that can happen.
Casey is your husband an electrician? Actually, I think I already know what he does. I don't think he's an electrician, but maybe.
Also, he believed it was a ghost that night.
And then he thought about it. And then he laid there.
Whatever.
And he came up with a rational, because here's what happens when we get our adrenaline pumping.
And you gaslight yourself. That's what happens.
I'm going to explain to you the brain.
Okay, go for it. I love this conversation.
I'm just saying, when your adrenaline starts pumping, your good decision making kind of goes down a little bit. And so you blame it on the first thing you think of. And then, Jeremy, the longer you lay there and you think about it, you're like, hold on, I have a rational. She's yawning again. I have a rational explanation for this. And by the next morning, you try to explain it, but Casey is so convinced because she has been feeling this anxiety for weeks.
And that's not the only thing she's been seeing. She's been seeing shadow figures to back up that there's something there.
I'm also going to ask, is there by chance, perchance, a coat rack somewhere in there that's like casting a certain shadow that's making you think like you're in a new place? You don't know all of the shadows or angles.
But then they wrote the note and then he's gone. He never comes back.
Yeah. What happens when you take a placebo pill?
Oh, Casey, be pissed at her. When you see her at work, I give you permission. Call her a bitch.
Listen, Casey already knows.
I think you probably shouldn't do that for your job, but also I feel like I think you should for the entertainment and the story, and then tell me about it.
If I gave anybody permission in that building to call me a bitch, it would be Casey.
I would stand up. I would slow clap. Stand up from afar. I would feel it happen at my school and just be like, oh, she did it. She called her a bitch. I can feel it happening.
Oh, every time you call me a bitch, a little fairy gets its wings. That's how that works. Oh, man.
A little moth gets a tooth full of vagina.
A toothy vagina.
Oh, we're ruining it again.
Let me tell you what. If you haven't figured out yet, there's going to be a toothy vagina. And it comes from a moth.
And even though we talked a lot about our body malfunctions, we were not talking about us with this.
I have yet to grow teeth there, but I'm telling you what, it's right around the corner at this point.
That'd be horrible.
Okay.
Unless you've got it, in which case, girl, it's not that big of a deal.
Hey, listen, I bet they're shiny teeth.
I know, but you keep those clean.
They're fine. There's no judgment here.
No. It's fine. Little judgment. Not judgment, but like a little concern.
Pause. A little pause, like, oh, maybe go see somebody about that.
Yeah,
that
concern is the right word, not judgment. You can't control that.
Heck no, nobody wants. Well,
I think that moth did want that.
I think that moth loved having.
I think the moth was loving the vagina teeth.
Yeah, and actually, I'm like, sometimes.
Anyway, no.
Anyway, no.
I don't want that.
We don't want that.
I don't put that into AI body works.
True, we do not need that to happen. Oh, man, that could go south real fast. Try to explain that one. I didn't mean to. It was my toothy vagina. I had nothing to do with it.
Do you think AI Body Works could be the name of this podcast?
Maybe. I feel like we have a lot of names from this one.
Oh, goodness.
I'm just so glad it's Casey's episode that we're talking about all of this. Casey, thank you so much. I've been hounding Casey. I've been like, Casey, hey, wink, wink. We're going to send that in. So thank you so much, Casey.
Yes, thank you. And now you're going to read a story from my friend.
I am. This is the friend swap.
Yep, this is Bianca from my book club.
And I don't even have to, Bianca. Turn the phone. This is why I was saying earlier, she's so selfless.
That's right.
She gifted me this all because of the big font.
It's big font. Like, I feel like you could turn it and I could read it from here.
Oh, I love it, Bianca. Thank you so much.
I kind of want to practice now. Let's see. No, like turn it around to see if I can read it.
Oh.
No, I can't. Wait. No, I can't. I see the word the. No, it's fine. Move on.
Okay. So here's Bianca's story. When we first moved into the house, there's a lot of pressure too because Casey's a reading interventionist. So like, shit. That's why I gave you her story.
I feel like I nailed it.
Yeah, you did. You read that well. I would have too, Casey.
You would have done such a good job.
Okay. When we first moved into our house, the prior family had been living there for roughly 11 years. Everything was fine until we got a dog, and he refused to go downstairs into the basement.
Ooh.
He would stand at the top of the stairs and bark sometimes.
Oh, no.
Throughout the years, we would hear creaking upstairs as if someone was walking. The dryer would turn on in the middle of the night.
Much similarities.
Sounds like a power surge.
Okay, sounds like a ghost in both stories.
One night, my dog was in his kennel and it was locked. We woke up the next morning and he was outside his kennel with the lock still on.
What? That's weird.
Some Houdini shit. Another time, I was home alone getting ready for a party. If you came through our entryway / front door, the stairs were right there. There was a mirror as soon as you came in. I was waiting for my ride at the front door when I hear the upstairs bathroom door slammed shut.
Oh my gosh.
I was home alone. I immediately got scared, but forgot I left my keys upstairs.
Oh no.
Oh, it's awful. I ran upstairs and down and left immediately. So
yeah.
I want to get them real
Up
fast.
And down. Yeah, no thank you. Run towards the scary sound.
Oh, I mean, do you really need your keys at this point? The house.
Well, that's coming from somebody who never locks their door.
Yeah, but I was like, you got some shit going on in that house. But like, take it all. Throughout the years, it was stuff like that. Until a year or two before we moved out, I began to experience as if a dark figure could be seen at the bottom of the stairs every night.
Oh my gosh, every night.
Then I started experiencing it at the top of the stairs.
Oh my gosh.
And it just became a heavy presence. My father had already moved out, so it was just my mother, little brother, and I living there. I discussed my concerns with my mom, and she said she had also been feeling a heavy, dark presence. I remembered that my old high school librarian, who I am friends with on Facebook and we have been following each other over the years, was a medium and clairvoyant.
Oh, that's so fun.
That is so cool. Also
right.
So cool that you know that about your librarian.
Right.
I reached out to her and voiced my concerns. She told me to take pictures of her house, but mostly the stairs and specifically the upstairs.
Yeah.
I sent her the pictures and we left home while she checked in. She let me know that there were a few people she could sense there, but the presence was a big bully who wanted to make us feel scared in our own home.
Oh my gosh.
What really got me, however, I mean, I feel like that would be enough.
Yeah, that'd be enough to be like, okay, well, I'll move. It's fine.
Right. What really got me, however, is that she said there was a calming presence that was our protection in that house.
Oh.
An older man that had died on my mother's side, which coincidentally, our grandfather, mother's dad, passed the year we moved into the house.
Oh.
She could also feel my dog's presence at home, saying he was there with her as well, guiding her through the house.
The dog is guiding the medium through the house.
I guess so.
Megan, that's
if
really
that's what
sweet.
you believe in, yeah, sure.
No, I think pet mediums are super legit. I do.
Really?
Do. Yeah.
Okay, tell me more. Tell me more.
I've been on some deep dives on TikTok, and I'm like, yeah, I think you're nailing it. I think
Tell you what,
totally
Aaron
nailing
and TikTok. If there's something that you need to convince Aaron of, it's through TikTok.
It's true.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. And also, if you're just tuning in, Aaron is very susceptible to all things, including cults. Okay. She's never been in a cult, but you're the first to say.
I know I would.
Don't you even scoff at that.
It just seemed like a low blow for no reason right there.
I'm sorry. I feel like there was reason. I feel like that whole conversation gave reason.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, sure. Pet mediums, legit. She told us the bully had been involved in a car accident and died, which occurred in the 80s or 90s, but was a young man.
It was like peak bully time.
True. That is true. Every movie had a bully.
Yeah.
She said he had fixated on me and was getting more and more attached as his spirit was at the top of the stairs by my bedroom when she guided him out by force.
Oh, good.
Get it, medium. After that cleansing of our home, we felt extremely more at peace. Our dog had no issues going into the basement, and we stopped hearing noises and things turning on in the middle of the night.
Wow.
We moved into another home 13 years after moving into that house, which she also did a cleansing for our new home, and we haven't felt anything since.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That is.
That is so interesting that the dog was suddenly like, oh, I can go down there now.
Yeah.
I feel like out of everything we've ever heard, what are you going to say to that one? Medium is talking to the dog. She's like, hey, pup. It's going to be fine. I'm going to get him out. And the dog was like, yeah, I felt it go. You're right. I can go down there now. If that's not proof that dog mediums are a thing, then I don't know what you could ever be convinced by.
I guess I know. I guess I don't know either.
I really feel like I believe in it more than maybe people, mediums.
Which I think is shocking to me. Just when I feel like I know your like line of belief.
The pets are like alive. Like, of course they can communicate somehow.
I was really kind of like not a couple weeks ago when you're like, people are going to be mad at me. I don't know that I believe in fairies. I'm like, oh, thank God. Because I'm like, she is real. And I'm so sorry. I don't care. Listen, I'll be the one to offend people. But I'm like, you have gone a little there. But then you're like, I don't really believe in it. I'm like, oh, okay, we're good. And now,
listen,
I feel like we might be teetering a little bit more on that fairy edge again.
Can I just tell you?
Okay.
Because, like, dogs can communicate to. I'm not a medium, but I can. Sure. I feel like I can have a dog and know, oh, you're happy right now.
I don't
you're
feel
upset
like that
right
makes
now.
me a medium.
Correct. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that because we're not mediums.
Mm-hmm.
But they're already starting to communicate with me who can't even understand them.
Right.
So you get somebody who's just a little bit more in tune.
With what?
With, just a little different level. And then they're like, that dog, that dog is there sitting going, like.
Gonna put that dog. Gonna read that dog's mind.
That dog is just saying like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you can hear. I'm so glad you can understand me.
Oh, they're like fully telepathically communicating.
Not in English, but like they're just like in feeling. In feeling.
Now that's an interesting statement. And what? What's the language happening between the two people?
I don't know. I feel like in the cosmic world, there's just a common language that like, it just, you can feel it and you can understand what they're saying.
And you believe all of this because of the TikTok videos that you've been watching?
No, because of Bianca's story just now. That proved it.
Okay.
I was already suspicious because of the TikTok videos. But that one, you can't tell me that dog never went down in the basement. Uh-huh. Suddenly, she cleared out the house and was like, the basement's fine now. And that dog was like, fine, I'll go down there. And they weren't talking to each other.
Sure. Okay, here's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
I'm not trying at all to be a bitch to anybody out there who claims to be a pet medium.
Okay, well, you're failing. No, I'm kidding.
Well, probably am. And I'm going to try to walk it back best I can. But if I can't, that's on you, not me. I'm going to do my best, everybody. No, I'm going to say this. I think that maybe when we say pet medium, you're really taking an empathetic person who can fully empathize, not just with another human being, but even like, I feel like there are people who have the ability
to create saying the same thing.
No, we're not.
Okay.
No, I'm not talking about a common language in the cosmic fields. We're actually speaking very different languages.
Okay.
Well, maybe not. I guess I could see how you might think that, like the empathetic.
They're feeling it so much that they understand.
That does make me pause a little bit. Like it's like the empathetic language makes them like that's the language you're talking about.
That's what I'm saying.
I can give you that, but here's what I'm gonna say, Aaron. I don't think that it's to the degree that the dog then can also feel the same level of empathy for that medium. And no, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I think that dogs are very empathetic creatures. They definitely can be like today, Arlo. He knows when I need a hug and he gives me one. And it's great. And Corley, she used to like, if I was at all sad, it rattled her. Like, what's going on? What's happening? What's going on? And she would be very concerned for me. So I'm not saying she's not on my same like empathetic field so much as like, for that medium to be able to enter into that dog's mind and communicate with them that now everything has been cleansed in this home and you can now feel at peace.
Yeah, this is where we differ.
To me, that is the extreme. Do I think that a human being can have enough empathy and good storytelling to sit back and go, okay, if I were a dog, here's how I would feel in this situation, or this is the level of anxiety that I have. I think that human beings do that all the time.
Yeah.
That's why we know like when lightning strikes or thunder booms or fireworks go off, we immediately understand why that dog is acting that way and not just think that dog is being ridiculous. We have empathy for the way that they are feeling.
Yeah.
But in that moment, I've never seen a dog counter that empathy for the human and say like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Is this getting on your nerves that I'm shaking like crazy?
Because you're not the one in need at that moment. But when you're sad, it comes to you like,
okay,
you need this. I'm going to come here for you.
Okay, I'll listen to that. I still don't believe that this dog was communicated with.
You don't think it's a two-way communication?
I feel like it's less of a two-way communication.
Okay. I'll take it, but I think you're wrong.
I'll take it when you take it. So, okay. But I do think that I don't believe in ghosts. So I don't know where else to go with this.
What?
I know. Shocker. Talk about a spoiler alert.
Oh,
so
gosh.
I just feel like this was a classic case of like, maybe, I don't know what was happening in the lives of Bianca and her family, but maybe there was something. I mean, we just talked about a grandfather passing away. I know grief can feel very heavy, and you can often go to some dark places with grief.
There was a good figure and then a bully, and Grandpa wasn't a bully.
And how do we often explain our grief? We want that person to come back in whatever form we can take them. And I am not trying to belittle or say that there's, however we can get them back into our lives, whether it's actual spiritual things that are happening that I just personally am not privy to, that does not belittle that at all. That's just me saying my personal belief. So if that's truly what it is, then that's amazing. That's beautiful. Or is it more, in my opinion, is it the mind that is creating a pathway for that person to come back? I want that being to be here so bad that I need them to fight through this heavy presence so that I can feel.
What's that heavy presence then?
The grief.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like it is the actual palpable grief of what you're going through. I feel like that's why when we watch some of these movies that are so dark and heavy, but it's like at the end of it, it's the trauma that's creating that, or it's the grief that's creating that. Like, that's why those resonate with me, because I'm like, those emotions are so powerful that they can make your mind do some really intense things. And so that's where I think like some of the heavy, you're caught off guard. You're not fully concentrating. You're not fully thinking of everything. You're not present in that moment. So your brain is distracted by this gloom and grief and all of these things. And it feels so heavy that like the only way your brain can make sense of it is something is really, really wrong. When really, yeah, it is something really wrong. And I don't know, I'm talking for Bianca like I know her life in this moment.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, she did mention the death of a person.
She mentioned it. That happened 11 years prior, though. When they moved in, he had passed away the year before they moved in. Now, 11 years later, they're living there.
No. Someone had lived in this home 11 years before they moved in.
Okay, but still, I think it was longer.
In her opinion, that person was a young person from the 80s or 90s that was a bully.
Yeah.
That was now living in that home as the presence of a bully.
Okay, you could tell me all this, and even if I bought into it, you would lose me with the dog now suddenly going in the basement. Why is the dog suddenly okay to go in the basement? I think because
all of the human's anxiety is kind of gone down. And you talk about empathetic.
I don't think we're ever going to
We're anxious. Dogs get anxious.
Okay.
And there it is.
We all know that Megan is not only a buzzkill, but she's wrong.
Hey, listen, I am not a buzzkill.
You're not normally a buzzkill, but on this podcast you are.
I enjoy a good moth-eating vagina. No, a good head-eating moth vagina any day of the week. I am not a buzzkill.
Who doesn't? All right. Well, Bianca, thank you.
Yes. Either way, Bianca, excellent story. Casey, excellent story. Just because I don't believe in the ghosts that are in the story doesn't mean that they weren't chef's kiss, beautiful, scary stories.
Yes, absolutely. I'm so glad we got 2 new stories from 2 new people.
Absolutely.
Lots of fun.
Let's keep that going, everybody.
Yeah.
Casey, Bianca, go tell your friends.
Exactly. If you tell...
Maybe have them fast forward all the skin tag talk at the beginning to really get them in.
If you tell like 3 people write in your story, then it grows and grows and grows.
It just grows from there,
They tell 3 people. It's wonderful. Okay, well, I asked Casey to be a fan favorite immediately because I don't like doing...
Well, you're new to this gig. You're new to this gig. It's fine.
Sure. Yeah. You do a lot of research for it.
Casey is a shoo-in. Casey is a shoo-in. She fits perfectly in this little podcast world.
That's right. I did tell her, I said, I can't wait to read this. Have you ever been a fan favorite before? And she wrote, I haven't. I'm a brand new listener. I work with Megan and just recently learned about the podcast. I binged a few episodes this weekend and it was love at first listen. I don't have a big event or a fancy charity to promote, but I am very passionate about helping kids learn to read. As a reading interventionist, I often work with children in low-income areas to make sure they have access to books and the magic of stories. Because let's be real, reading opens doors, and every child deserves a key, or at least a really good library card. That's perfect. And absolutely true. I mean, Megan refuses to read a good book, but...
I do, but let me tell you what. I will go on some adventures provided by the library.
That's true. Oh, that's very true. Boy, you're passionate about that.
I really am. Thank you.
Research backs this up. Kids who read well are more likely to graduate, build successful futures, and avoid, well, less ideal life paths. There's a direct link between literacy and lower incarceration rates. So basically, books keep kids out of trouble. I'm not asking for your time or money, just one tiny life-changing favor. Read with your kids as often as you can. Let them hear stories, turn the pages, and experience the joy of books. Explain to them what a privilege it is to be able to go to school and learn. Make sure they know that reading opens doors to their future. Get books in the hands of those who don't have them. Make going to libraries and bookstores a priority. Speak to your children using rich vocabulary. Provide them with as many experiences as you can.
Damn, Casey, this is a lot of favors. I thought I was going to have to read one book until I get now I'm doing rich vocabulary.
It's so good.
I'm just kidding. It is wonderful.
Read about the ones you can't provide. Literacy is the best gift you can give our children and our country. But that's another soapbox for a different day, Casey. And that's perfect. That's so great.
It is. And all of that is free.
That's right. I've been trying to read all of the series of Harry Potter to my middle child for 17 years, it feels like.
I love it. I love Nora's Resistance.
Do you know how much we have left of this chapter, of this book, of this series? We're on...
Are you so little?
Book 7.
Yeah.
We've been on this book for 2 years.
I love it.
1.5 chapters. And we're on that because last time I was reading, I just kept reading when I moved to the next page. And they said, was that the end of that chapter? And I said, no. And I flipped so fast. I was like, no, see, they came and looked. And they were like, I really don't believe you. And I said, well, I don't know what to tell you. And then they sat down and I read a little bit more.
Yeah, they caught on.
I'm going to let you stop because that was 2 chapters. But 1.5 chapters. If I get on here next week and they have not finished that book,
oof,
I'm not taking them to Universal.
Oh, snap. Those are some big words.
I'm just kidding. I've been threatening that for years. And I hate, listen, David is going to be mad at me. I know I shouldn't support. She's a horrible author. She's horrible. She sucks. She doesn't suck at writing. She's very good at writing.
David, remember, this is why I'm your favorite. I know. Don't read any authors.
I shouldn't support her by going to Universal, but listen, it's a magical world, and I love it. And I'm going to go one time with my kids, and then I'll never give her any money ever again.
Okay. You heard it here, David. Hold her to her word. Listen, I don't read a lot. Shock. I do read to my kids almost every night. We do take weekends off because, sometimes I'm just like, girl has got to rest.
Yeah.
But I do read a lot. And I do love all of those wonderful. Hold on. I do read a lot to my kids.
You said that.
Yeah, but then I said I do read a lot. And then I feel like I need to clarify to my kids. I don't want to mislead Casey. I don't like to lie. I'm fully transparent. I read for work quite a bit, but I do not read for pleasure. I don't find pleasure in it. I love that people do. It's not my jam. But I'm so glad that other people do. I think that it sounds amazing. And I love when you ruin books for me.
Miles was just talking the other day about how you read him Hatchet and he loved it.
I'm telling you, I read to my kids every day because I do believe in all of that. I believe absolutely. And we had a mother that read to me all the time, even though she knew I did not like to read. And I loved listening to her stories. And I am a very good storyteller because of all of that. So I definitely believe literacy comes in a lot of different forms. Now, before you say it, I'm not saying that I necessarily believe that an audiobook is a form of reading, but I think that it all falls under the same umbrella.
Casey, tell me how pissed you are that she just said that. It's fine.
I really feel like you and Casey are new best friends.
I know. I feel it too. It's like palpable.
Oh, I love it. All right. Well, Casey, thank you so much for being a fan favorite. You're always my fan favorite at work. I mean, not that you're like my fan, but you're always one of my favorites at work. So thank you so much for the great story, Bianca. You as well. Those were both amazing, classic, nice haunted stories.
Yeah, for real.
To round out
stories.
To round out like a moth.
A moth vagina.
Moth vagina night.
And now Megan gets to close us out with all of our...
No, girl. That was not part of this.
Come on.
Okay, fine. I'm going to try it. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
And you all can follow us on all of our social media apps. We are on Facebook. We are on Instagram. We are on TikTok, but we don't do a whole lot on there anymore. But, share them if you'd like to get in there and make us huge. That'd be great. Let's see, what else can you do? Oh, we always need stories. So please visit our website at www. Do I do the W?
It's fine.
Is that outdated?
It's fine.
At myskepticalsister.gmail.com.
Well, that's our email. If you want our website, it's myskepticalsister.com.
Yep, go there all the time. myskepticalsister.com. And then write us in at myskepticalsister.gmail.com.
Yeah, nope, forget that one dot, but that's fine. You guys figured it out.
However you do Gmail, however that thing goes, do that and just put in My Skeptical Sister. And then that @, is pretty important. So you put that in there somewhere along the line. And then what you're going to want to do is Patreon? Join our...
Sorry.
Would you like me to do this, or would you like to do it? If you'd like to do it, you go right ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I just have to pee so bad.
I'm going to really drag this out then, is to join our Patreon for our $5 tier. You get a movie night, which we just had, and it was a blast. So much fun.
Yeah.
We get to watch a movie together, and then at the end, we come off of our mics. We all talk together. We have just a great time.
Yeah.
You can hear us throughout the movie, and we are fucking hilarious. I kid. I'm not kidding. We're pretty funny. People tell us. I think that's why they join. Okay, and then $3 tier is our $3 tier. I don't really know what the hell you get there. I don't know why you're not just in the $5.
A magnet, and weekly bonus content.
Yep, you get all that stuff. But you could just do $5 and then come and laugh your ass off once a month. Okay,
that's right.
So I'm just saying, why not? Okay, so do that. You could also just join for free, and apparently we're just giving away.
Once a month.
Giving it away.
Well, not even that. On the 5th Wednesday of a month. So if we have 5 Wednesdays, we give a free bonus episode of something.
Well, you're welcome, everybody.
It's free.
Remember last time I got to thank you for that, but that's fine. Okay, and then this is why I don't do this. Okay, and then let's see, what else?
Rate, review, subscribe.
Well, yes, you all know to do that. I wish you all would do it more, but yeah, do that. Put us out there, everybody.
Yeah. Spread the word, please.
Spread the word.
All right. Well, we love you guys. Do you need me to look for a goodbye?
Well, since we're switching roles, I kind of thought you would. I'm kidding.
Okay. I got to pee. Bye.
La 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 la.
You know what keeps coming off? Coming
Whoa.
up? Nothing's coming off.
I don't know what's going on over there.
As a reading interventionalist. Is that how you say it?